what do you call a movie that's not a sequel, not a prequel, but it's kind of happening during the movie that it follows in the series? Like, is it like a sequential? Like, how do you even phrase that? Well, this is the case with the Bourne Legacy, a movie that takes place kind of during the third Bourne movie and kind of coincides with a lot of what's going on there during that movie. It is also a movie that departs from a lot of the Bourne movies, because it's a different director. Paul Greengrass is not directing. I think it's Tony Gilroy directing this, who wrote the other movies but is now taking a shot at directing it. Also, Matt Damon's gone, and he was Jason Bourne. So who do we follow now? Jeremy Renner as a new person, Aaron Cross in this instance, and we follow his story coinciding with Jason Bourne's story and what all that means for these government cover-ups of these big, highfalutin ideas of how to create super soldiers. And that is what's going on here as he tries to kind of escape that world in some way and also be the person he needs to be to other people involved. If all that's a little obtuse, I apologize. It's just I don't want to give a lot away because really the plotting of this movie is fairly interesting. It kept me engaged and kind of wondering what was going to happen next. Now, if you love the Bourne movies, you can expect some more hand-to-hand combat. You can expect some more of that creative use of environment that happens in combat. You can expect more of the shaky cam action stuff. What you might not expect from this movie is a lot of dialogue, which that wasn't necessarily a part of the other Bourne movies. This is a movie that has a lot of plot machinations to kind of get through. I love the performances in the movie. There's actually a lot to love about the Bourne Legacy. The performances are great. Jeremy Renner is quickly becoming one of my favorite actors out there. He's phenomenal in this movie. Ed Norton, really, really good in this movie as kind of his foil in the government trying to catch him and slow him down and stop him. He does a really, really great job. So great performances. The action is really good. Though at times convenient and over the top, it's still really, really well done. What I didn't like about this movie and what really affected me, unfortunately, is the end. Well, let me rephrase that. There is no end to this movie. It just kind of stops in the middle. It feels like there's a whole nother act to follow. It's a really weird feeling you get coming out of this movie. I assume they want to set it up for sequels, but at least give me some sort of resolution with the overall major conflict. There is none of that, and that leaves a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. It is different than the other Bourne movies, but it's still a movie I think you might enjoy watching if you like those movies. Just know you might be a little unsatisfied at the end.